great game tonight. Great college basketball game. I thought Montana State's coaching staff had them well prepared. They had guys step up and make big time plays, and it was a great game. There were some plays at the end of the game that I think you got to be lucky to win some games. And if you tell me Tyler Hall's coming off of a ball screen and no one's up there for a 3-pointer, and he misses it, it's going to I'm thinking game over because he's a great player. And so our guys stuck with the game plan, even though they had some guys who we wanted who were trying to give some threes to, just make some career three. I mean, it was a big time game for them, I thought. And I thought at the end of that game we did some things that really put us over the top. Great team effort.
Coach, you ran some box and one, some diamond and three, diamond and two to try and get Tyler and Harold off of their game. How well do you think that defense worked?
I think when we went to our diamond and one, I thought we did a good job of pushing away. I thought we gave a couple offensive rebounds up. I think it did mess them up for times, and I thought again they adjusted in the second half. Coach Fish is a great coach, and they adjusted in the second half, and they didn't put that lineup in again, and so we weren't able to get back to that. I thought it gave them problems in the first half, and they didn't get back to that lineup. They did a great adjustment job at halftime.
Mason, both these teams play such spread out, offensive-oriented styles. What was it like to play with a game like this?
It's a lot of fun. We got a great team of shooters and drivers, and then I'm trying to get offensive rebounds on the inside, and Tanner rolling into the bucket too. So it's just a lot of fun. But we're just trying to play defense, get some stops, and it just never seemed to happen. So it's a little bit exhausting, but we're just delighted to come away with the win.
Coach, how much did your ability to kind of beat them up inside in the first half keep you in the game as they were hitting from the outside?
I think it did a good job. You got Kirby in foul trouble. Mason had 8 or 9 offensive rebounds. I think he had 8 offensive rebounds, which is unbelievable. I think that really hurt them early. They had to dig into their bench early, and then in the second half we got Kirby fouled out, which I thought was a big deal. And then we have 2 guys that I believe should have been on the first team, all conference team, but they played like that tonight. Jesse and Mason came out and played amazing. And so I think if we keep going inside, and it could really open up some perimeter shooting like it did for Cody tonight. He got some good looks, and I think we have very unselfish players, and so they look for each other too. So that's a big deal.
Cody, 2 of these last 3 games, 2 of the better ones of your career, and they've been in situations where they put your team in a position to be a 3rd seed and a position to go to the finals. Have you kind of just made it a point to be more assertive these past 3 games, or?
I mean, I started to get some open shots, especially in that game against Iowa State. They were playing zone, so I was open a little bit. And once I made a couple, I just felt like I could make anything. And I've definitely been a little more aggressive with him going to shoot, and I think it's paid off these last 3 games.
Coach Ryan asked you about the speed part of it, but limiting the Harold Brady to go forward to the second half, how essential is that to slow down Kansas State's offense?
I mean, it was huge because I feel we did a good job at their place of slowing down Tyler Hall. He had 5 points at his place, and we had to put a bigger emphasis on Frey. Again, I think he's the first teamer too. I mean, there's a lot of good players in this league, and we put a big emphasis on trying to slow him down because we slowed him down in Cheney and won. We didn't slow him down at their place, and they beat us. And so we had to do a good job because he's a creator. He can make plays for other people, and then he really starts stretching the defense out. And he's a great player, and so it's going to be hard to play against him next year.
Coach, it seems like one of the great strengths of your team is the versatility. You got right interior, exterior, different guys that play different roles and can do a lot of different things. How tough a matchup do you think that you are night in and night out?
Because I think we're a tough matchup because we had Cody go for 30 against Idaho State and then came back and got 1 shot against Weber, and we still play good. And we have guys up and down the lineup who can do that, and we have an unselfish basketball club, which really makes it easy to coach. I mean, these guys, I'm asking them during the timeout, what do you guys want to run? Because I feel we have a really smart team, and they're out there, they understand what they're trying to do. And so if you can let the players, sometimes make some decisions out there, it makes the coaches look much better, and they made me look good tonight.
Mason, given you guys had a tough start to the season, you're surging now. How much confidence do you guys have?
I mean, we're on a 4-game win streak. Our confidence is high. I think we've been in the same spot last year, and we did really well. We just came 1 win short of the title. I think a lot of guys that came back know what it takes to get there, and you know, we're trying to peak at the right time of the year. We tried to, you know, we burned the stats after the non-conference season. We were missing a lot of personnel, had some injuries, and we were still just trying to figure it out. But now we've spent a lot of months, a lot of, you know, to give you a cliche, blood, sweat, and tears put into on the practice court, and now it's all coming together. So we've been saying it for months, just stick with it, and now it's finally coming together. So a huge amount of confidence for us.
Cody, this is a quick turnaround for you guys. How do you guys handle this as a team and enjoy this for a tiny little bit, but now you have to move on to a Southern Utah team that played really well tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we'll enjoy it for the night. We'll wake up in the morning, go eat breakfast, watch some film, and go to shoot around and start focusing on our next opponent.
Yeah, Coach, what's about that Southern Utah team? You see they're a 7th seed, but you know talent-wise they're much better than that.
Talent-wise, they're always one of the top teams in the league. They got top 100 kids. I think they got 2 of them on their roster. One's hurt, but I mean they're a good ball club. And so, just like last year, I mean they played a great game against Northern Colorado. And so, you know, they did a lot of things defensively that I really thought really put that game away early, because they were giving Jordan Davis fits, and there was somebody there the whole time, and then they were making shots, and they were pushing the ball, and they were taking great shots. They played great as a team today, and so, you know, we got to make sure we slow them down inside. I know last time at their place they did a good job of being physical with us, and you know, getting some guys, you know, bumping them and playing a little bit more physical than we thought they were going to, and so we'll be prepared for that tomorrow, and you know, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Coach, coming back to tonight's game, Keljin Blevins shot 15 threes. He had a nice game, but how much of your game plan was to say, okay, we got to take away Frey and Paul and just let the chips fall where they may when it comes to him?
Well, it's tough to watch a guy make threes, you know, and you know, we stuck to our game plan. Again, I have a really smart team, and they understood that, hey, if he's shooting that many shots, that means Frey's not shooting them. That means, you know, you're keeping Tyler Hall off the ball, and so, you know, he hit some, and you know, you got to live with that, because those other 2 guys are really good. I mean, one's an NBA talent, and the other one's, I mean, it could have been an all-league guard easily, you know, especially with the numbers he put up the last 6 games of the season. And so sometimes you got to live with, you got to give something up. And you know, even though they had good games, you know, I felt that they got frustrated a little bit. You know, if you hold Harold Frey to 6 shots, I mean, that's big for our defense. I mean, he still had an efficient game. He was 4-6 for 12 points, but 2 assists. You know, he's one of the top 2 guys in the league in assists, and he's a really good ball player. And so, you know, we just said, hey, we're gonna, every time he comes off a ball screen, somebody will be there. We'll roam another guy around, make sure he's there for the help, and you know, we gotta give something up. And those guys stepped up and played great tonight.
First of all, congratulations to Eastern Washington. It was a great basketball game. Both teams competed incredibly hard. Couldn't be more proud of these 3 seniors that I have up here with me. What they've done and help put this program back in the right direction, and get our team built, rebuilt, and do those things. Can't thank them enough. And boy, it sure was fun. The worst thing about it, I know coaches say it all the time, but I truly mean it, not getting to coach this team tomorrow, it's not a lot of fun, because this every day with this group has been so fun, and it has a tremendous amount to do with these 3 guys to my right.
Coach, how would you describe the defense this Washington?
Oh, they went, you know, when I took one of Harry or Sam out, they were in a low box and 1, which left, you know, Keljin a little more open and Sam open and stuff, and Keljin took advantage of it, and, you know, they threw a lot at us. We handled it pretty good. You know, at the end of the day, one of the things that we had circled as being very important was rebounding the basketball, blocking out rebounding, and I think the 11 plus 11 for them was truly the difference in the game, and was hard to overcome.
How much of that on the offensive side really hurt the second chance points?
Yeah, you know, 21-4 on those second chance points. I think that, you know, that was everything. I mean, we hit 16 threes. I mean, you hit 16 threes, that's really good, and you should be able to pull it out. We went to the line, made 18 of 20, I believe, from the line. We just we just didn't get the rebounds tonight, and that's been with this group, that's been the telltale sign. When we rebound and win that battle, it sets a tone, and we just didn't get it done.
Tyler, you made some great shots throughout the course of the game that they really denied you hard and clearly had you keyed in defensively. How difficult is it to just kind of get a spot, get a look, even get the ball at times when the team is really dial in on you and take that?
I mean, it can be frustrating at times, but I've kind of seen that throughout my whole career. So, like Coach said, I think other guys stepped up and we handled it pretty well. It was just a matter of moving, not standing around.
Sam, you guys are down 12 with less than 8 to go. So, how were you able to rally and get back and tie that game up?
Yeah, well, I don't know that in previous years we would have done that, but this team's been really close, and we fight for each other, and we really wanted to win, and we just kept fighting. We didn't throw in the towel. We knew we could come back, and that's what we did.
Keljin, you had some opportunities tonight. You played really well. What's trying to find the balance between, hey, you got open looks, you got to take them, and also working through the offense and facilitating and doing those sorts of things?
Like they said earlier, they boxed in on Tyler and face guarded him, so it made opportunities for a lot of us others. And Coach always tells me to attack, shoot when I'm open, and that's what I did.
Tyler, the shot at the end, the potential time, what did you see on that play?
Well, I came out the screen and he sagged off, and I've shot that same shot my whole career, so it looked good and felt good, but it wasn't.
Cody Benzel, yeah, looks a little bit. What was he doing? Or was that part of what you were kind of?
No, a couple of those shots got down. We got a little lazy on our hands action there, and he got free looked. Not to, certainly don't mean this in a derogatory way, but he's a spot up shooter. He's not a guy that goes to the line a lot amount, and so we wanted to crowd him a little bit. He got free a couple times. I mean, you can't take everything away. That didn't hurt us. That we could have survived that. It's really the 21 points on the second chance points that cost us the game. I mean, this team scores well. We score extremely well, and we just knew we had to take that away. And he hit a couple. All right, you live with it. But at the end of the day, we need to win the battle of the boards. That was number one on the report.
Keljin, they got obviously a lot of second chance points, but a lot of points late in the shot clock too. How demoralizing is it to play strong defense for 30 seconds and to still see them score?
I mean, it's tough, but like they said, we got to keep fighting. And over the course of the game, that happened plenty of times, and they hit a lot of contested shots late in the shot clock. And I mean, it doesn't wear us down. We just got to stay together and keep fighting and do the same thing next possession and just hope the shot comes off and got to grab the rebound and finish the possession.
Ryan, how will you just remember this team?
I've had a tremendously fun time. I've always said the locker room is one of the funnest places to be because all the stuff that's going on in the world out there, the locker room's the truth. You can't be fake when you walk in the locker room. If you don't work hard or you're not a good person or something like that, the locker room smokes it out. And we had a great locker room. These three set a tone. We kind of talked about it all year. We did a lot of team building stuff to get this team where we needed to get, and the strides that they made on, winning basketball games. We picked an incredibly tough schedule to give us some things in league play. It worked out in our favor. We built this thing. We got to 12 league wins there this year. I'm totally indebted to these guys. Beyond everything, fellas, a month ago I was faced with the reality of losing a child, and not sure I was going to make it, not sure I wanted to get out of bed, and I leaned on these three guys to my right, and they carried us, and they constantly ask how I'm doing, they constantly ask how my wife's doing and stuff like that. So when you look at basketball, they were a fun group. But then they closed the circle. You're looking at 3 guys that are going to graduate in May. You're looking at 3 guys that cared about the entire program. You're looking at 3 guys that Montana State meant the world to. And to be a part of that, a small part of that, man, I'll never forget that. I'm so appreciative and so indebted to these guys. I just love them, and I know they love me, and that's not a word I toss around a lot, and but you could feel it, and something we truly enjoyed being together.
Coach, you talked about the group of 3 a lot. How would you describe maybe the imprint that Tyler has left on the program and the conference as a whole?
Well, again, the number one thing I would say about Tyler is being in this game for 28 years was when you scored 2,500 points, and I think he's one of the 80 top scorers of all time, and 400 and some threes made, and you do all that stuff, you wouldn't know it in the locker room. These guys are his best friends. Harry's his best friend. DK's his best friend. He's as normal can be. Some days it blows me away. I mean, I think I scored 100 in my career, and I brag more about that than he does 2,500. And he's just a normal guy and very unassuming. That's one hell of a basketball player. And to be a part of that, his ride, Sam was responsible for it. Keljin was responsible for it. They took pride in that. When he broke the all-time conference record, these guys were the ones cheering, not Tyler. Tyler didn't want the attention. And I'm not sure that gets enough credit for it. I mean, he's going to graduate. He's not been in trouble. Who's loyal this day? Who stays 4 years out of Montana State when you have the opportunities that he could have had? And he devoted to it. He loves the university. He's done it. He's going to graduate. He's been out of trouble. I'm not sure we write enough stories about that.
Tyler, Sam was on our show and basically said that he's the reason that you're as good as you are, and that seems clear. But also, I mean, he said it. So.
Sticking to it.
To do what your coach just said, to stay at a place and to make your mark, to be the all-time conference scorer, but also to build a program, and now it's a reflection, now it's past tense, but to look at that and look at what you did and what you have accomplished here, how much pride and appreciation you take in having been able to do that.
Well, one thing that's big for me is loyalty, and all my teammates have been that way to me my whole career. So going anywhere else was never anything that I ever wanted to do. And like Coach said, it wasn't just me. I get all the credit. But my teammates push me, get me open. Yeah, occasionally. They do all the dirty work behind the scenes. So I just wanted to push all the attention towards them because they're the ones that deserve it.
Brian, just given your contract situation, you envision a long-term future.
It's something that Leon and I will sit down and talk about, I'm sure. I want to be here. I love coaching it. I love where the program's at. We got a tournament win, and we hadn't done that in 10 years. We, got 12 league wins and stuff like that. I want to be here, but that's something that Leon and I will keep private between us, and we'll sit and talk about it. But make no mistake, I want to be here.